My name is Shraddha Gupta and I'll be speaking on corporate governance. What is corporate governance? Corporate governance is a set of rules, procedures and practices and processes by which a company is directed and controlled. Corporate governance essentially involves balancing the interest of all the stakeholders, which can involve your shareholders, customers, suppliers, government and the community. There can be two types of corporate governances, one being a bad corporate governance and the other being a good corporate governance. A bad corporate governance, it casts a doubt on the company's reliability, integrity and obligation towards the stakeholders. A bad corporate governance can help lose the company its value. A good corporate governance, on the other hand, brings transparency and a set of rules and procedures to be followed. For a shareholder, it is not only important for the company to be highly profitable, but also support good citizenship, good corporate citizenship, in terms of doing corporate social responsibility, in terms of having ethical practices and ethical practices in place. Now, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which was enacted in 2002 in the United States, came into practice because to restore the public confidence in the company and the marketplace after a lot of high-profile companies like Enron and Toshiba were shown to have fraudulent activities. Now let's hear some examples on what these companies did where corporate governance was not placed into practice. Toshiba, for example, showed that it did a lot of corporate governance practices, but did not have teeth. It was for a lot of show than for effect. Talking about Toshiba further, what it did that it showed in its accounting reports a highly stated profits than it actually had. Corporate governance can have a lot of impact on the way you choose your auditors and the way and if the shareholders and the board of directors intensive lies in place. Moving on to Enron being a highly valuable company and in one of the Forbes list of innovative companies back then, also played with the auditors and the board of directors themselves said told the auditors to ignore these losses and show profits in terms of what was shown in the financial reports. Moving on to Volkswagen case, which we saw in 2015, tolerance of these illegal causes by the high-end executives showed that how big a scandal can it turn into. Volkswagen was the example of when it did not meet the standards according to the US standards. Sarbanes-Oxley Act, as we said, was brought into place so that none of such fraud activities can take place in the future. Now, it's an ethical issue as to should the company show true incentives and what the company truly is capable of, or using auditing and loopholes can show what it wants to show.